Welcome back. There have been some disturbing reports in the news lately about fake Botox causing actual botulism infections, and even more recently about HIV disease being transmitted during vampire facials. Joining us now is Dr. Deborah Mangione from the Wisconsin Vein Center and Medispa to talk about these issues and how to choose a quality provider. Great to see you.
Nice to see you, Molly. This is kind of a serious discussion, but I thought it was important just for educational value for anybody choosing a provider to go to for any aesthetic procedures.
These are such common procedures,
they
Botox
are.
in particular,
Absolutely.
the vampire facial too, so people have reason to be concerned if they hear about it.
You know, and there's no reason to suspect that anybody in our area is committing fraud or doing uncertified or unsafe things. But it's just something that you can know to ask if you have any questions at all.
I want to talk about a few things, I would say reasons, I think, for people to pick you. And these are also great questions for people to ask their provider to make sure you're getting quality care. So one of the first reasons that you could choose, or you should choose, Wisconsin Vein Center Medispa for Botox cosmetic treatments is because you're a diamond level provider.
That's
right. So
you've
reached a certain level.
We've reached a certain level every year of how many procedures we do. And that means we're buying directly. Our product is being purchased directly from Allergan, from the distribution site in California. So that's how they track how much we are purchasing and how much we are using. And that's a very important thing. It just shows that we are using the very definite Botox cosmetic product.
Best, and you know the supplier.
Right.
The other thing is that you've been providing safe Botox for a long time, 21 years,
That's right. Absolutely, more than 21 years now.
That's a long time to have a good track record, and that's something to ask about.
It is, and it also then leads to the next item, that our injectors are certified and have been doing this for a number of years.
They don't have to be certified?
No, I don't think people do have to be certified, but all of ours were trained and they were certified by Allergan trainers.
And the last one is something that you mentioned, but that is that your injectors are medical professionals. They have years of experience with Botox. They're considered master injectors. So not only are they doing it safely, they do a great job too.
That's right.
Because they understand the face.
That's exactly right, and they've done so many procedures.
Let's talk about this next thing, which is the vampire facial, otherwise known as a regenerative procedure, right?
It's one of the regenerative procedures, supposedly. Now, we've never done a vampire facial using blood. Anything we've ever done on the face uses the person's own plasma, which is the liquid portion of the blood after a centrifugation has occurred, and so it's rich in platelets. And we actually don't do it very much anymore anyway, because we think there are other better procedures to do. But the truth of the matter is, we never store any products, whether it is blood products or other fillers. We never save anything and use it on anyone else. We never have anything stored in the refrigerator that says, oh, okay, we have this blood, let's use this. I mean, these were horrible things that happened in New Mexico by somebody who really was not reputable. But 3 people got HIV disease from this.
Wow, very scary.
Very scary.
Like
and
that.
So you just want to make sure that anytime you have a blood draw for any kind of regenerative treatment, that they're labeling the test tube right in the room where you are with your name on it, that you look at it again before they use it, so you know it is your blood product.
Interesting that you've never used blood, human products from any other source.
Right,
that people,
just
it's their own plasma that you're
and we
using.
don't use any products even that are made from human cells.
Okay.
So, you know, it's just one of those things for safety purposes. We have decided to go that direction.
Are there certain standards of cleanliness where you could be investigated?
Yes, you know, we are a medical facility. And so we are very careful. There are blood-borne pathogens that we take a test for every year to make sure everybody is up to snuff and knows how to handle any kind of waste products so that we don't contaminate or cross-contaminate.
Okay. So you were talking about the use of other products. So in pre or post care.
Right. So like we call something exosomes. You know, we do our pre and our post treatments. These are plant-based, and they're just the signaling molecules that we know can help growth factors and really help recovery, but they are plant-based. They are not human cells that we're using from any source.
One of the things I'm always most impressed by, because I don't know if I've ever been to the spa where you're not there. You're the medical director. But that's important to know too, and something to ask. Is the physician, is the medical director on the premises?
Is there
one
involved, right, who takes responsibility? And is there somebody that anybody in the medical spa can go to or ask questions of if they need to?
That's huge. And experience. I mean, we talked about master injectors. We talked about quality of service. But knowing that people have the experience and that they've been certified, that they've had training, that they've had experience is really important.
It is.
It may be hard to ask about.
That's true. And there's nothing wrong with a startup. We love seeing people starting their own businesses. But we've been around for almost 22 years now. It'll be 22 years in September. We're very proud of that. We're happy that we can keep serving people the way we do. And in our opinion, quality and results are the most important things. And so we just want to make sure we always continue to offer the best care we possibly can.
I appreciate you tackling this tough issue. Thank you so much. It's very informative and important for people to ask questions when you use a provider, someone who's going to do something in a medical spa. So the Wisconsin Vein Center Medispa has been successfully operating since 2002. You can check their credentials on their website. It's great that they're posted there. It's wimedispa.com. Or you can call and ask questions if you'd rather have a person-to-person phone conversation. The number is 262-746-9088, and their gorgeous spa is located in Pewaukee.